We're going.
Welcome back to the Good For Her podcast with Jordan.
And Mare.
Woohoo! Welcome to episode 2, guys.
Happy Friday.
Oh,
Happy Friday. We made it. We made it.
thank God.
How was your week? How was your day?
My day was long. My week was long. But it was good. It wasn't too crazy. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary.
My day was good. Let me tell you about my good day.
Tell
My
me
day
about
was
it.
good.
What happened?
The kids didn't miss the bus all week, which was nice, but I think I did drive them 3 times.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well, the bus comes literally 3 doors down, and for whatever reason, some weeks we hit it 5 for 5, and some weeks we are, struggle busing it.
Don't you guys have that app? We have, a school bus app that, tells me where the bus is. So, I send Addie out when the bus is, at the light, so she meets the bus right outside.
I mean, I think that might work when the kids are older, but, their mom, that's me, has a, executive function problem. Some days I'm up at 6, some days I'm up at 6:30, some days I'm like, hey, it's 7:20, the bus, we have to be out the door at 7:31, and it's 7:20, and Jacoby is in his pajamas. So, while, one, I don't know if we have an app because I barely know how to get on the portal after all of this time. You're talking to somebody who is in the Stone Age. I used to laugh at my mom because she didn't know how to use a VCR. And now I feel like I am her. I have fully become her. I do not check the portal. I haven't looked at, their grades come through there. I haven't checked it at all.
Same.
Years.
I need a report card in my hand.
I hope my kids are in the grade they're in because I haven't checked. If somebody's doing bad, I have no clue. Literally, unless you tell me.
Well, they'll send you emails.
I hope so.
I get the emails.
I hope so. So we missed the bus this morning. We didn't miss it. I knew we were going to miss it. And I'm
Right.
not one of those moms who gets all charged up anymore. I used to be like, I can't believe we're doing this. That ship has sailed, especially with 2 of them trying to hit the bus. So, I already know that we're not going to make it. And then I, kind of decide what my breakfast is going to be. Am I going to come home and eat my toast? And that's, you boil your eggs for 14 minutes. That was up on my Instagram this week. And I always boiled them for 12 because that's what Pap told me to do. But then somebody said boil them for 7 in the yolks. I mean, I think that's a great time if you're doing deviled eggs.
Yeah.
But I did 7 this week and they're kind of a little bit mushier. And it was fantastic.
I don't like mushy eggs. I need it hard. I don't want runny. I don't want anything like that.
You don't eat a dippy egg?
No, that's disgusting.
My kids live on dippy eggs.
I mean, great for them, but absolutely not for Jordan.
I feel like I am just showing my Lancaster County roots here through and through every single time.
But where'd you go this morning?
Well, this morning, since we were already late for the bus, and then I got on my little maps. And if you are ever trying to brave any type of 222 Route 30 type of thing in the morning, I always look to see how long it's going to take me. And I was going to go to the bagel spot. I had 2 in mind in Lancaster. And it was 26 and 28 minutes. And then the spot that's near and dear to my heart is in West Reading. And it was from school, 32 minutes, 36 from my home. And I thought, you know what, Dems, we're heading out. We are heading out. I had my heart set on it then. I could not wait to get my hands on, it's cream cheese, lettuce, and tomato on an everything bagel. And that everything bagel is literally just everything. There is not a spot on it where there isn't some type of crumb. They put salt, and that is something I don't want to be able to flick my, crumbs off of my everything bagel. Right. I want it to be everything.
Yes.
Tried and true. I had half of it eaten before I got back on the highway.
What's the place called?
New York Bagelry.
Okay.
New York Bagelry. It's the West Reading location. They do have a location in Kenhorst, but I've not been to that one in a very long time just because this one just always scratches that itch. It's delicious. I try and decide, I'm should you get 2 sandwiches? Do you get the bacon, egg, and cheese? and
I bet that would be
the
so
cream
good.
cheese, lettuce, and tomato. So I compromised and got cream cheese, lettuce, and tomato. Order of bacon on the side. What are you gonna do?
Oh, you
What are you
didn't
gonna
send me
do?
the picture of the bacon.
And you know what? The order was like 5 pieces.
Really?
I told Chris it was 4.
Oh,
Only because I gave
well,
him 2, and I was
now
like, I
he's-
split it with you, baby.
Now he's gonna
Look what
know.
Mama brought you. He's fine. He's fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
It's Mother's Day weekend, okay? Mama gets the extra slice
Listen,
of bacon.
Everything that you get yourself for the next few days, you deserve. So
I just had to howl at, like, my choices this morning. Like, we ran
Me
all the
too.
way up there, and then we got home, and then I went over, I ordered shortcake from it's like a local farm. Her name is Mrs. Martin, and she's been making sweets for me. We did pumpkin pie and apple pie, like Thanksgiving 2021, and ever since then, I text her. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, are you taking orders? She's like, absolutely. She has a little sign at her farm stand that says if you want whoopie pies, to like call her, she'll make all your whoopie pies.
Ooh.
So if you need a whoopie pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie, any type of pie, I got the shortcake, 2 shortcakes, literally $6
and
a
they
cake.
are big.
It's like a
They're decent
fat
size.
cake, and it is delicious. It's not dry. It's sweet, and
I mean, Demi ate a lot of it.
she should. She's like smacking her lips. So it was funny because in my stories I was talking about my good choices, like moving your body, working on your mental health, my diet. And, like, it's still true. I still do a salad a day.
Yeah.
I started doing that like back when I was pregnant with her.
Yeah.
And so you fall off the bus a little bit and you're like, all right, let's cinch it up for summer. And so I'm back on my salad a day for like, I don't know, it's been a couple of months.
Yeah.
And I still do that, have my salad for lunch. But I also had a bagel and a half today and then a bunch of shortcake. But I mean, the ingredients are what they should be. They're spectacular. Nothing's processed. I know it. And there's no nutrition facts on their bagels or on the shortcake that came on a paper plate and plastic tie bag. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen.
It's Mother's Day weekend.
Right.
I'll get back on that horse on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. You get to eat whatever you want because it's Mother's Day weekend. And if it's shortbread and strawberries and bagels and
Girl,
all the things.
I had to go to a different spot for strawberries. The
Oh,
gas I waste on just hand picking what I need to have is hilarious to me. It's not far from the house. It doesn't matter, but I just had to laugh. Like, I got my shortcake and then I got strawberries and literally there's shortcake sitting next to them. And I was like, no, that's not it. No way in heck I'm buying that shortcake. I know where my shortcake's coming from. Mrs. Martin.
Mrs.
Every
Martin.
single time.
Well,
Her eggs are fantastic too. She has the cutest little farm. If you ever are in the area of needing eggs or you've ordered from her, she has alpacas. She has plump little goats right now, and I hope there was 2 fatties in the field today, and I just hope they have little babies here soon. And like her eggs, like her chickens are so happy and roaming free.
No chickens for me.
Well, not for me, but for Mrs. Martin, it's fine.
Well, that's
and then,
nice.
I mean, think about, I get my eggs,
Yeah, then you get your eggs.
and you know your happy chickens and happy Mrs. Martin. Anyways, that was my morning
I
through
mean, it sounds
afternoon.
like you had a really good Friday.
I did. I slept well, and then
I love that.
straight out the gate felt amazing.
I know.
So-
I was texting you about podcast stuff, and you were like, "What type of bagel does Addie like?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Everything bagel." Why? You were like, "I'm going to Reading for bagels," and I was like, "All
I'm
right,
already on the move.
okay,
It's
cool. I'm clocking
7:57.
into work. Good luck."
You clocked into work at what, 9?
9.
I was already well back on my mission by then.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, I was probably in the shower when you texted me earlier.
I love going out there, though. Like, I'm such a creature of habit. Like, we went to this bagelry with my sister. She used to work at a bagel shop. We used to have a bagel shop in the Cloister Shopping Center when I was in high school. And so anywhere there was a good bagel, she knew exactly where it was at. So after, like, years and years after that closed, she was like, there's a bagel shop, and this is the one we're going to go to. So we'd, like, get in the car and head to that bagel shop. So, like, going there just keeps a piece of her with me. Like, when Pap would take me, reproductive science used to be up there. It's like many moons ago when we had to go there. And Pap would be my driver. I'm like, hey, I need a ride to this day. And then he'd be like, do you want to go for a bagel afterwards? Absolutely, sir, I do. I do. Every time.
Yes.
So, or we visit my mom down there. Years later, visit my mom down in the nursing home when she was in Reading for rehab. And then we, you know, nothing like bagels or like McDonald's fries to just cheer you right up. You know, those are the two things. Bagels or McDonald's fries. We always would stop for all of that. So, I don't know. It's like a little piece, a little creature of habit. And surely they are good. They are delicious.
Mine looks really good. I'm very excited to eat mine tomorrow.
I know. You're going to be like, hey, I saw the baggie you have on the counter. I'm coming back for another one.
I mean, yeah. If it's as good as you say, I might be back tomorrow.
I like when they put the salt on it. Like, you put salt and
yes.
When you get them from, like, the local grocery store, it's like they were sprinkled with goodies, you know?
Yeah.
Sprinkled
and then
with...
they fall off, and then, like, you put them in the toaster, and then everything falls off, and it's just a plain bagel. No.
Which is fine, too, if that's, you know, if that's what you have to get into, it's no big deal.
That's
but
not my thing.
Sometimes you got to take the 36-minute drive to happiness.
Yeah, no.
And that's what we did.
I agree, 100%. I am all about that.
Yeah.
All about that life.
I know, when you have nothing on your agenda. Like, my week is free, like, what do you want to do? You're like, I'm clocking into work. I'm like, I'm on an adventure with this baby.
Right.
I can't think straight. I still haven't gotten my bearings after taking care of Pap. It was like, that's what I did, you know? So now that, you know, time freedom is a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what do I do with myself? Clean the house? Absolutely not. I'm out of here. I'll find something so much better to do.
Else to do.
I'm not doing that.
Not doing that. No, I wouldn't want to do that either. No.
The week went quick, though. Like, how are we here again? I know we didn't go Friday to Friday. We went Saturday to Friday.
Sunday to Friday.
Sunday to Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah. I know. It wasn't even a full week. We met Sunday. We recorded our first episode Sunday night. We released it. And now we're back here Friday night.
I just love this little dream we've got going on here. And seriously, the feedback and the people who are listening is literally, it just makes me so happy to have people listening to our things. And I also, like, there were so many that just touched my heart, like, were relatable, or especially the Mother's Day stuff, like, it's heavy.
Yeah.
And I can't say, like, I was so excited to be having our episode, but then I went through, like, a lull of, oh my gosh, it brought up so many things. Even like your story, it just brings up so much emotion in me. Like, I do this every time. Like, if we are too deep in the conversation, I'm like, oh man, I just want you to feel good about it, you know? And it's okay to not feel good about it, and to not feel guilty about it, and to not have those things.
Right.
And it's nice to be able to say that, like, it's okay to feel two things at the same time, like, to feel like it's okay.
Right.
So it was nice to have the feedback and, like, all types of people listening.
I know. Like, I left on Sunday and I was like, all right, like, as soon as it gets up on Spotify, like, I'm gonna send it to my dad, I'm gonna send it to Marty, I'm gonna send it to Aunt Becky. Like, I want people to listen to it, because I didn't think anyone would. Like, I want views and plays. And then, like, I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh shoot, we have like 30 people that listened to it. And then I was like, oh my gosh. Then the next day it was like 50, and then it was like 60, and then it was 7. Like, it spiraled in such a good way, and like all the feedback and the text messages and everything. It was like, oh my gosh, like,
the first text message I got, I screenshot it, and I meant to send it to you, and I didn't. I sent it back to her. And I was like, hey, sorry, I was just super excited, and I meant to send it to Jordan, and I sent it back to you. And I'm just so very excited that this is even a thing. Like, we're even figuring it out and knowing what to do and taking the time to actually do it. Like, as busy people, I just love that. And I was like, I'm sorry. I I don't even know how to text at this point.
I
I'm
know,
so
like,
excited.
It's just, like, we were so excited that, like, people were listening, and, like, people were really listening and being like, wow, like, I am understanding where you're coming from. Like, I have a similar situation, and I'm feeling those feelings. Like, this week is hard for me. Like, I don't like this week, or I love this week, or I'm struggling, or whatever the case may be. It was good to know that we were touching someone, and that was the whole goal. Like, that was the whole point. Like, if we could touch someone's life, that's the whole point. Like, that's what I want. So, and I think we're doing pretty good. And if
I
people
love
think we're
it
funny,
so
like,
much.
I think that's great.
I think it's nice, too, to bring the girlfriends aspect to it. Like, if you need a second to feel like you're sitting with your friends, I just like that feeling of being able to just sit and chat and listen to your friends yap.
Yeah.
So, it's just been a very special week for us.
It has been.
It really has. I'm like, oh, cloud nine and emotional. I love it.
I know. It hasn't been, like, too different for us because we still communicate and talk about stuff like this, but we don't always, well, we don't record it. So that's the only difference. Now we're recording it.
Right? Our girl chat is now for all. And
all.
I'm so appreciative of just actually doing it. Just actually doing it all.
Yeah. And for people loving it. Like, that's awesome.
And for figuring it out, because that was a thing for a minute, and it's just sometimes you don't feel like you have all the things, like you can do things, and I'm like, we are big girls, okay? Yeah. We can figure this out. Look it up, text a friend, press a button. Just don't delete the whole episode or we'll cry. But I think hopefully there's a way to get something if you delete the whole thing. Don't hit that X. We can do this.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
Write down the numbers, and here we are. Then I can't wait to get into our juicy stories of chatting about life. Like, we were talking about, like, last week we talked about moms, and we just tiny put the word out of there about dating for you. And I love living vicariously through you. Like, give me all the juicy details, because I mean, I don't live that life. So I can't wait to talk about the dating life, the dating saga, because it's
a hot mess.
It's enjoyable. Sorry.
Yeah. It's enjoyable for you because you get to listen to all of the chaos.
So, like, where do we start on it? Do we, like, what are the hot apps? Like, if somebody is trying to dive back into the dating scene?
Well, to be 100% transparent, I am not on any apps right now. I'm not actively dating. I'm not looking for anyone right now. I'm on a hiatus. However, I will gladly give tips to someone that is interested in wanting to dive into the dating puddle.
We need a few tips and a bunch of stories, because...
Well, I have all of that, because when I first became single after separating from my husband, I was like, let's go. Like, let's date everybody. Like, let's go out on any date that I could possibly go on.
I mean, there were stipulations. Don't make it sound like, you know.
I mean, I didn't date someone that, like, didn't have teeth or, like, didn't have a job. I had, like, rules. However, if someone was going to take me out on a date, I didn't say no. I had to be attracted to him. I didn't go home with him, but I had to be attracted to him for him to take me out on a date. Whether it was a coffee date, dinner date, lunch date, whatever that looked like. However, if you're going out or if you're interested in dabbling in the dating pool, dating sites are tough. Any dating site, you're going to find any guy that wants to just hook up. So you have to, like, weed out those guys.
Do you pay for these? Like,
no.
You don't. They're free dating sites.
You can pay, like, Tinder, there's a part of Tinder where you can pay. There's a part of Bumble where you can pay. But that's a waste of time. You don't... What you pay for is to see who likes you.
Oh.
You don't need to do that.
I thought maybe, like, you get to pay for the background check and the personality test.
No.
And no.
No. You have to do that on your own after you get their information.
We have to vet these people. Got
Yes.
it, got it, got
and
it.
And you really, really do, ladies. Trust me when I tell you, you have to do that. Do your due diligence before you go out with them. This is not like 1999. This is 2025. Like, people are crazy.
My uncle and his wife, like, back in the day, you could write your personal ad in the newspaper.
See, that would be better than going on these
Single
dating
white
sites.
female looking for a sugar daddy. I need to be 97 years old with no kids, no family.
Yes, no kids, no family, please. Beach
Hopefully,
house.
pool.
Yes,
Boat.
and a boat.
Cute dog. I'll take your
Cute
dog.
dog. Yeah, I'll take your dog. Yeah, cute dog.
But absolutely no family.
No
Although,
family. No,
Sugar
no.
daddy wanted.
Yeah, I can't fight for that.
I don't feel like it.
No.
I want to be the only
I
one.
want to be the only one.
Yeah. I love it. Goals. We got goals.
Oh, no, but dating sites it's interesting because you can swipe. I always say to people, if you're on a dating site, you have to swipe for at least an hour a day to get at least one or two yes or no's. Like, yes, like I maybe want to swipe right for you. Like, it is a full-time job. So, like, if you're on Tinder, Bumble, and Facebook dating, you're swiping an hour a day on each one.
Oh my Lanta.
Yeah, and that's getting maybe 2 or 3 right swipes. And that's if they swipe right for you.
No.
And my rules are they have to have a picture with their teeth.
Show me a pearly white.
I need to see, because if they don't, 9 times out of 10, they either don't have teeth.
Do not let your mental mess with your dental, okay?
Yeah.
Next.
Yep. You got to make sure that you check the height, if that's important to you. If you like a short king and you don't mind if they're shorter than you, go for it. Doesn't matter. Keep swiping, honey. Go for it. Swipe for a 5'6" king. I personally, I'm 5'7". I want someone that's like 6'1", a little bit taller. Even
Why did you have to say 5'6"? Am I out of the running now? Oh my god. I'm out of the running. I think you might make an exception.
I would make an exception.
Exception.
I would make an exception.
You know what I
for
mean?
You are the exception to the
Oh,
rule.
okay, good.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm still in the running in case,
still in the run. I
the
mean,
apocalypse comes, you're taking me.
You are the only one in the running right now.
You're like, that's not my thing, but if it was, it would be you.
It would be only you.
Okay, good.
Always read their bio, because a lot of times their bio says a lot about them. Sometimes they say some really raunchy stuff, out-of-pocket stuff, really inappropriate stuff, because they think girls do the same thing that guys do, and they just swipe for pictures, which sometimes girls do. I'm not saying that all girls don't do that or do that. Me personally, if I'm looking for someone to like want to go out with and get to know them on a personal level, I'm really investing my time in their profile. I'm not just swiping for looks. I'm looking at every detail in their profile. So you have to really do your due diligence. And a lot of people don't. They're just like, oh, he's hot. Swipe.
Well, because there's like all walks of life, you know?
Right.
There's people who are looking for a lasting relationship.
Yep.
And there's people that are looking to create a whole roster of whatever they need going on. So,
Yep.
I mean, I guess it is nice to be precise.
Right. And my last thing is look at backgrounds in pictures. If they take a picture in a bathroom, look at what products are in that shower when that shower curtain is open. Is there products that women use? Is there perfume? Is there jewelry? Is there 2 toothbrushes? Is there anything that would show a woman's presence? Now, Could be a mom if they live with their moms still. Could be a possibility. However, is that what you then want to approach? If that's what you want to approach, fine. No qualms, no issues. To each their own.
Right.
But you gotta figure that out, because there's a lot of men out there that claim they are single, and they are not single, ladies. Ask them. That should be your first question. Are you single?
What do we got hanging on? What's going to be following you, sir?
Right.
Inquiring minds want to know.
From your wife, from your fiance.
Can you imagine?
I had that happen. I got a text message. This is why I do my due diligence now, because I got a text message from a girl, and he had told her that I was a waitress at Texas Roadhouse, and I gave him my number on his receipt. So she texted me this huge long thing saying that they were engaged and that I was disrespectful for giving him my number and blah, blah, blah. And I called her right away. And I was like, man, first of all, I don't work at Texas Roadhouse. And second of all, I matched with him on Tinder. And she was like, oh. She's like, I apologize. She's like, he told me you worked at Texas Roadhouse. And I was like, nope, sure don't.
Also, how are we not hiding things? Like,
well, he was stupid. Guys are not. Most men that want to cheat are not very smart when they cheat. Let's be honest.
I mean, yep. I mean,
but
yeah.
Women are not very smart when they cheat either. Let's be honest.
That is true.
It doesn't matter what the species is. You're not smart.
You're not good at what you do.
No.
You're not good at the home, and then you're not a good cheater either.
Right.
You should be good at something.
Well, you're not good at cheating, so just leave. Just leave. Like, what are you doing? What? I don't understand the whole cheating thing. If you're unhappy, just leave. Like, what are we doing?
Right?
That's so stupid.
That is true.
Like, the amount of times when I was on dating sites that I would swipe through and see, like, guys say, like, oh, I'm in an open marriage. And then girls would post on, like, social media and they'd be like, oh, nope, pretty sure we're not in an open marriage. Just caught him cheating. It's like, you know you're going to get caught. What are we doing here?
That is true. You got to be good at something, though. Like,
you
gotta be good at something. Find what you're good at, because it's neither of these things.
It's neither of those things.
You're not good here, and you're not good there.
Yeah.
Get good at something at some point. Put that on your vision board.
Put that on your vision board.
You better pray about that.
And pray hard. Pray hard.
Oh my gosh. I have like two things to say. One we'll get to in a minute, but we got a new pope this week. Speaking of praying, and what's funny is my name is Mary Teresa, okay? I am Catholic through and through. But I haven't been to Mass in a while. But it doesn't mean I don't pray every day. I pray a whole lot every single day. And my mom was, like, went to Catholic school and all those things. Like, she instilled all of that Catholic goodness in me. And we would watch Sister Act, the first one, and she would cry every single time that the Pope would come and watch them. Like, in her mind, that Pope was there, and she's like, he came to see them. Like, knowing dang well it's a movie, and, like, it just is something that was instilled in her, and, like, the Pope and how he is for the people, and just such somebody who just takes poverty very seriously, and, like, doesn't live beyond any type of means and all that good stuff. Like, she was a Pope lady. So, like, this week or last week, he's passed away a little bit now, but I know she was first in line in heaven waiting for this man. She's like, sir, welcome to the party. Anyway, a new Pope was named this week. He's an American. Mm-hmm. He's from Chicago. I cannot wait to talk to Joe's mom. Our friend, Joe DiMaggio. Like, how Italian are you, DiMaggio, you know? And her mom, Mama Maria DiMaggio.
Oh, she makes the best cucumber salad.
She makes the best everything. Her red sauce, forget your life, okay? But they are tried and true Catholics too. And I haven't spoken to her about it yet. I'm going to do that after this. But anyway, we got a new pope this week, and I just think that's cool. That's cool if you're a Catholic to like see this state that we're in and that he's American. He got a degree from Villanova. I don't know. It's just super cool. And I just know Donna was like at the very front of the line waiting for the old
I
pope.
got questions.
Yeah.
Let's chat.
She's like, welcome. You did so well. Oh, the story of him and his rescue of a dog that was like out in the cold at the Vatican was pretty cool too. I just enjoy that. So I don't know how we got on that tangent of.
You said you have two things.
The second thing, I think we were talking about like being out of the loop. But like I laughed about our segment of like Tinder and all that stuff. I call it like How I Met Your Mother. Like how I met your father, how I met your stepdaddy, like whatever you want to call it. But whatever, like so one of my friends put on their socials this week that like they're divorced and they met their husband at like he caught the garter at her first wedding or something like that. Like he was at their first wedding.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out between her and her first husband. I think he was a cheater. And so we were just talking about the funny things of like how we met, like how I met your mother, how I met your father, and like Christopher and I met at Green Dragon. And if you're local to us, like first of all, you can get anything you want at Green Dragon. You can get meadow tea. You can get beef jerky. You can get a new leather belt. You can get pretzels. It's like a huge flea market. Inside and out, there's anything you want there, and including a husband. And so I always just laugh.
That's where I need to go.
Maybe. I'll take you marching around. I'll take you around the bend because when everybody asked how I met Christopher, and I was like, you really want to know? We met at Green Dragon, you know? And surprise, surprise, I was there like buying incense and oils and Nubian heritage soap. Like just the funniest thing. And
pretty on brand.
Right? And he was like, can I get your number? I was fresh out of graduating college and I was like, absolutely.
He asked for your number.
He did.
Stop.
And literally I was wearing like, remember when the double pop collar? And,
oh, yes.
I mean, I'm a couple years older than you, but like I was double pop collar, button down, brand spanking new Nikes in my capris, and he was like, can I get your number? I was like, sure, sir. I mean, tall drink of water. I needed it, you know? And then we didn't go on a date for like months. That was like May, and we didn't go on a date till like January or February.
What?
I would roll around Green Dragon on Fridays like, hello, sir, what are you doing? He was like, hey, you know, always cordial, always nice, but literally we talked. I would get off of work, and then like I became friends with the incense guy, and I bring them like, I don't know, KFC potato wedges and corn on the cob, and he'd trade me for incense, and we'd talk to Christopher next door, you know, and he just, you know, kind of watch it from afar, and we'd we would chat, and I would spend my time at Green Dragon.
So you guys didn't go out on a date for months? No,
and you know what's funny? He thought that I was out of his league, like a current college graduate. Like, why would she want anything to do with me? And I lied to him. Like, I'm not a liar. I will go to bed saying Hail Marys if I lie. I can't lie at all, right? And so I lied to him. I got all dolled up, and I, like, said I was going to dinner with my friends in Philly. Like, I have zero friends in Philadelphia. And I was like, hey, I'm out to dinner with my friends. We're about done. Can I come over to your apartment? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm getting in my car and I'm leaving right now. And that was like February or March or something. And we had met in May.
Oh my, almost a year.
And I lied to him, and I think we got pizza, and like literally the rest is history. I went to his apartment and I was like, sir, I would like to have dinner, but I would like to be your girlfriend.
I love you.
I didn't even say that. I didn't even say anything. The first person who asked us was like months later. It was Andrew, and he was like in kindergarten.
Stop.
He was in kindergarten, first grade, and he said, Chris, Mimi, your girlfriend.
Oh.
And I was like, what are you going to say? You better say yes.
You better say
yes, sir. And like, that was it. But how crazy, like, so yeah, How I Met Your Mother at Green Dragon. You can literally find anything there. Everything you're looking for.
That.
Yeah, how crazy.
Well,
I mean, I'm just saying, it might not be a Green Dragon, but don't, discount any place you go. Grocery store, out to dinner, you see a stranger, like, hey, hello.
Listen,
like, just don't.
It's funny because
you never know.
Casey was listening to our podcast from last week, and she goes, girl, I just went to Costco today in sweatpants. And I was like, well, you're married. I'm not. I had to wear jeans to go to Costco because you never know who I'm gonna run into. Like,
I need to see who's near the avocados.
Right.
The Borson cheese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're picking up the same thing I am, I just want to see if you're putting down what I'm picking up.
Right. I want to see who's there. You just never know who I'm going to run into. Like, I got to be 10 out of 10 at Costco.
Well, and the funny, I mean, give yourself a little credit. You're literally 10 out of 10 a whole bunch of times. Like, you come walking in and I was like, oh man, I look like a troll.
No.
I'm like, hey, get me a shirt. I need to comb my hair and brush my teeth before she gets here. But I look like a treasure troll.
No, you don't. You look great. You look great.
I look like I've been hung up to dry by the bagel factory.
Well, bagels do good, so don't you even worry about it, okay?
Do we have any stories that we can touch on a little bit about our dating life? Like, I forget because we haven't chatted about it. It was last summer.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
or not last summer.
No, it was last. It was
like fall.
Yes.
It wasn't like.
I haven't been on many dates in a while.
Let's chat about a few. Like, have we had, what's been out of pocket? Like, what has been.
I've had a few out of pocket experiences. Well, my first experience, like
the very first date you went on.
Very first date I went on. I think I met him, might have been Bumble. Met him off of Bumble. Because I didn't trust Tinder. Everyone told me Tinder was like the hookup site. And I was like, I'm not ready for that. So I got on Bumble, matched with a guy who was from a different city, and he was coming into our city. He was coming into Lancaster for the day. And he was like, I can meet you at a restaurant close to where you live. Like, we can meet for dinner. And I was like, okay, like, that works. So we meet for dinner. We didn't even have dinner. We didn't get that far. We had 2 beers. I had 2 Miller Lights. I don't even remember what beers he had. And the waiter came over and he's like, do you guys want menus? And the guy was like, no. He's like, I have to catch my train soon. And I was like, oh. I was like, that's weird. Like, he didn't tell me that, like, he was driving in or that he caught the train. I didn't ask. Whatever. No big deal. And he was like, I have to catch my train soon. I was like, no, that's fine. Like, I'm going to go home and eat dinner. So the waiter goes, do you want the check? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. He goes, are we splitting it or just one check? And the guy looks at me and he goes, I think one, right? And I was like, I guess. And
I don't know.
I'm thinking like one, like he's going to
pay for my 2 beers.
2 beers. I had Miller Lights. They were $4. It was happy hour, right? So $8 and $2 tip, $10, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So the check comes, And the guy slides it over to my side of the table.
Chivalry is dead. What? You're like, give me the check. Give me the check. It's fine.
I looked at him and I was like, oh. I was like, is this how this works now? Because, again, I had been out of the dating game for so long, so I had no idea. And he was like, well, I'm not paying for it. He's like, I had to come into town. He's like, so I figured, like, if you were going to meet me, you were going to pay for my drinks. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, let me enlighten you. I was like, I'm not paying for your drinks. I have cash. I'm going to pay for mine. And I put $10 on the counter and I walked out. And then he sent me like 3 text messages of like, don't worry, you can delete my number. We don't ever have to talk again. And I was thinking, I'm curious to think why you thought I would text you again after that.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Like,
don't worry.
I was never going to text you again.
You can delete my number.
Like, we're all good.
Got it. Check and double check.
We're all good. Yeah. Then there was a guy that burped the entire time we were on a date. Like, didn't even say excuse me. Like, just kept like, he would like drink his beer and then he would burp. And I was kind of like, look at him.
You're like, sir, do you need a Pepsid, a Nexium, a digestive jelly? What can I give you, sir? Are you okay?
It was so weird and so uncomfortable.
God.
And his breath was just a little like, well, you know, like when you burp, like, of course you're going to smell what you're burping up. So, like, we're close together so I can smell it. That was awful. Then I had a date with a guy that talked about the other girl that he was talking to. And he talked about how he was so confused between her and I, but how he really liked her more.
You're like, oh man, I sure don't love to feel special. I love this so much. Tell me more about her. Honestly, we're here for it.
We're here.
I mean, then, do you need help picking out gifts? What can I do for you?
3 months later, he circled back, and I was like, oh. I was like, so that other girl, I guess she didn't work out. I guess she wasn't that great. He's like, no, she wasn't. I was like, well, should have chose me. Deuces.
The love is gone.
Yeah, like, bye.
I've moved on.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're been the most.
It just makes me laugh. Like, I don't know. Because we have, like, you have people, like, you see normal people, like, people are, like, not that they're not normal. I don't mean it like that. If you're listening and you've dated Jordan, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean you're not normal. But what I mean is, sir, is you have literally...
Thank God we don't have video.
I know. They don't even want to see our facial expressions right now. I just mean, you know, you've lost a good fish in the sea here.
I mean, it's exhausting.
She's a 10. She's a 10. She's a thoroughbred 10.
I'm ready to just move into your basement and live my next 30 years here. And
I have a stair lift. You know what I mean? It's going to waste at this
your
point.
Shower. Let's talk about your shower.
Yeah, right?
That shower?
Shout out to Willworth Construction. That shower's pretty.
The
27-inch bench on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
That 10 is going to have a good use out of that shower.
2 shower heads. I mean...
It is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, at the end of the day, dating has been extraordinarily interesting.
Eye-opening.
Eye-opening.
It makes for good chats.
I have entertained all of my friends for the past 2 years of your lives because I have had so many stories. I share my location with all of you guys. Whenever I go out on dates, I'm always like, here's the person, here's a picture with who I'm going with. This is where I met them. This is where we're going. Sometimes...
Not for nothing, though. Like, you should be so proud of the person you are. Like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I don't know how to say it. Like having your marriage end, and then having to go back out and be like, I don't. Like some people. Like, you have a older daughter, so like entertaining. Like for me, I wouldn't have time. You know what I mean? I got little kids and it wouldn't be the thing. But like you have an older daughter, so you kind of have a little bit different time on your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And like there are times when I'm like, who are you with? And you're like, I'm not with anybody. I'm by myself.
Right.
I'm enjoying dinner by myself.
Yeah.
Or I'm enjoying dinner with one of our other friends. You know what I mean? And I'm not. Like, it's not dating scene.
Right.
Like, you've literally given yourself so much room for growth and doing all the things. Like, toot that horn. Like, you just don't do that enough. You don't toot your own horn enough of, like, how much growth you've had and how smart you are about it, too. Like, you can have as many friends around you and as many family around you as you want, but, like, you have to keep your pieces together, And you do a good job.
That's hard sometimes.
I mean, it's sometimes fun to play, but like you do such a good job of doing all the things and really like knowing how to learn yourself again and love yourself and
that was hard. That was a very hard pill to swallow in the beginning, to try to like bring myself out of that shell and like look myself in the mirror and be like, who are you? Like who are you as an individual? And I think that's hard for women when they come out of a marriage and they're alone again in a healthy way. Alone, to just kind of be like, who are you as an individual? Like to find yourself. That's difficult.
The first birthday when we went out, and I was the driver, okay? And I don't know, like, I'm one of your best friends, but, like, I'm also a couple years older. And so, like, we have that best friend aspect, but, like, I like being the voice of wisdom and the voice of reason. I like being the person who's, like, your biggest cheerleader. So you looked me dead in the face after far too much to drink, and you were like, when am I going to feel better about this? And I was like, never, girl. Like, this part of you is always going to feel awful because it's something that you had set your sights on.
Right.
I said, so get comfortable in the fact that it's okay to have that grief. Like, I am a grief queen. Like, I will, like, it doesn't matter if whatever type of grief and heartbreak it is, like, I got you, you know? So, like, I looked you in your face and I was like, it's not that. Time makes it better. It all gets better.
Right.
But, like, you don't have to try and run from that or turn that person away or that life that you had. Like, it's okay for it to feel ugly. It's going to feel ugly forever.
Yeah.
You're going to get used to it.
Yeah.
So.
And you're right. You're right. But in that moment.
That was
I was like.
That was a fun night. Like, we had a very good night. That night, that was, shout out Chesapeake Inn. If you want some good food and some good music.
Chesapeake Inn.
It's always a good time there.
That is my favorite place.
But it's just, like, you've come so far from there. And, I mean, just root a toot toot. You're a good girl.
Root a toot toot. I mean, I owe that a lot to the people that I have surrounded myself with. Like, I lean on you guys for a lot. In a good way. Like, I'm like, all right, I can't sit at home. I'm coming over.
Hey,
like,
man.
I'm
going to be right here.
I need kids.
You're like, what are you doing today? And I was like, I'm going to go to 2 thrift stores. You want to come along?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to, and my kids hit the bus a whole hour earlier than most kids do. So, like, as her high schooler, or almost high schooler, middle schooler is going to school, my kids are getting on the bus right after that. Mm-hmm. So our timing is.
I'm on it. I get my vanilla Pepsi at Sheetz and I'm over.
You're like, I'll see you soon. I was like, hurry up. The van's already revved up. You know? I love it.
Me too.
I don't know. What else? We're at almost 50 minutes.
Oh my God. wish.
So we should probably call it quits here soon. But yeah, we are still 2 days before Mother's Day. We hope all the moms and all the fur moms and the kid moms and the people missing their moms and the moms momming other people's kids.
Yep. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Do something for yourself.
Anything you do, spend anything. It's for you this weekend.
You. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise either.
Uh-uh.
And thanks for the support. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks for listening. It's been a good time. Chin up, chin up. Yeah. No matter what, chin up.
Give yourself some grace.
Yep. Hey, have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.